What's up, guys? How's it going? Welcome to this stream. And today it's gonna be a different stream than usual. We will have some chatting. If you have some question, shoot them up in the comments down below. Yeah, we can talk about the future plans, what have been going on with everything lately in my life. If you're interested about that, of course, our plans for the future for this channel, and yeah, anything that you might be interested. How do you hear me? How is the connection? This is also one of my goals for today, to test my setup here in my new place. Yeah, I can feel that this room is a bit echoey. I'm not sure, probably my microphone doesn't pick up all this echo. But yeah, I'm really a perfectionist in this case, and I want everything to be perfect. So yeah, I ordered foam panels to put it on the wall, so everything will be soundproof and there will be no echo. Everything for the quality. So hi again. Where are you coming from? Where are you connecting? Hello, vision good, sound good. That's perfect. Yeah, we arrived here and we didn't have internet for a couple of days. So yeah, it was pretty tough to live without internet. I don't know how people lived like in 20 years ago or something like that. But yeah, now we have internet. It seems to be a good internet. The upload and download speed is really, really fast. I was downloading yesterday the Silicon Valley movie, and we had I think 10 megabytes per second. Like a series of 200 megabytes was downloaded in 5 to 10 seconds. It was wow. Jirus is saying hi from California, hi from Indonesia, Central Asia. What's up, guys? Hello, Adi. I think I can maybe I can put it like this so you can also see some of the comments, what I'm looking at. So yeah, so a little update briefly of what's happening lately. We have moved to Spain, to a small island called Tenerife. It's pretty close to Africa, to Morocco. Yeah, it's quite far away from Spain. It's 2,000 kilometers from Spain. So whenever I think about Tenerife and Spain, you think that they are close, but when you look at the map, they're actually not that close. So yeah, we moved here for at least half a year. Me and my girlfriend Alex, we will be doing our internship. She's doing her internship. I'm doing my final graduation project for my university, and I'm doing it at my startup. So we decided to move here because my co-founders are from Tenerife originally. So they helped us a lot with the relocation, with finding apartment and so on. So yeah, last probably month we spent a lot of time finding accommodation, managing everything. Well, mostly Alex, but I was also involved in that. So yeah, now we are here. We arrived previous Saturday, it's not even 1 week. From first impression, it's pretty cool here. The weather is perfect. It's I think it's 20 degrees right now outside. It's 24 degrees. So yeah, I'm sweating here in the hoodie. So yeah, we set everything up here. The cool thing about this place is that we have a lot of space. We have like 3 rooms, and one of them, this one, I decided to make it into my studio, so I can leave everything set up, like the cameras, the lighting, yeah, the desk, everything. So whenever I have time, I come here, record a video or do a live stream. So yeah, I'm planning to do much more content in 2021. I hope to release one live stream per week, as we have been doing for the last couple of months. And also I want to publish one short form video, I don't know, 10-15 minutes per week as well, where I will either there will be either tutorials where I will explain some concept in detail, like very focused, outside of a project, like a concept, I don't know, authentication, or yeah, deploying an application, stuff like that. Or there will be more like talking head videos where I can share some of my experience, the progress at my startup, anything that might interest you guys. So I would really need help with this from you. If you are interested in some topics, please let me know, because right now I am planning my future videos, like the future month with videos. And also, yeah, please let me know what you might be interested, what videos you'd like to see, what you're struggling with, what problems, what you want to learn, and so on. So I will try to see, yeah, what content to publish in future. Yeah, let's see what people are saying here in chat. One moment. Hello, Cool Coder. Hello, Dragos. Привет. G. Roos, your videos are so helpful. Can't even thank you enough. So let me check, so we can look at them together. Yeah, I don't have a second screen at home. In the previous place, I had like a separate monitor, and it was much easier, and it was like a big ass monitor. But right now I'm only with my MacBook, and I think that might be a problem when I'll be doing the live streams, because I usually have like the chat on the second monitor, so I can see what your guys saying, helping or anything. Also I have notes if I need anything, and so on. So without a monitor here, I think it will be pretty tough. So where is it? So yeah, hello from India. Hello, Aman. Hey bro, what about recognition thing that we coders lack? Because I am a young developer mastering in technologies. How I get the recognition I deserve? Recognition, yeah, I don't know, like try to be active on social media nowadays. I'm not sure if you can see the question. So yeah, here it is. So Cool Coder is asking, yeah, how to get recognition for things that we are building nowadays. So I would say that, yeah, the first thing is that you'd have to be active on social media. Yeah, first of all, have a portfolio where people can see all your projects. This can be a GitHub portfolio, or even some cool website where you can also showcase some screenshots, some demos of what you're building, and also share this with your community, with first of all your friends, and then friends of your friends, and yeah, it can grow pretty fast. Yeah, nowadays, like, social media for developers is very important, and yeah, try to share your progress, and not only the final product, but also like share what you're learning, share your step-by-step progress of the project that you're working on, and so on. And this will really help for other people to understand like your capabilities. And yeah, whenever they have an opportunity, they'll think like, oh, that dude from LinkedIn or that dude from GitHub was doing something similar. Let me contact him. Maybe he's doing, he can help us, and so on. And also try to to attend, and yeah, try to attend. Nowadays it's pretty difficult to attend events. But yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't try like online events and big events, because the networking there is not the same thing as networking in real life events. Because yeah, most of the connection and meaningful connection that I have in my life came from some random events that I went. And at that time I was thinking like, maybe I shouldn't go to this event, like it's not something urgent, or I have a lot of work to do. But then I decided to go, and like, yeah, it sparked a lot of connection, a lot of friendships, a lot of people that I meet there. And trust me, I'm not an extroverted person. Like, I'm not like that dude that would talk to everyone at an event or at a party. But yeah, it happens. Like, with time, you get better at it. And yeah, for example, my current co-founders that helped me get where in Tenerife, where I am right now, I met them through a random event about GDPR. I don't know why I was there, but I just went there. I remember they approached me and they asked me like what I'm doing, and out of that, like, we connected on LinkedIn, we started working together. Then they suggested me to be the CTO at the startup. So yeah, I encourage you to grow your network. Nice. Please keep up the good work. Thank you very much. My first live of you. Yeah, hello, welcome. I skipped the 2 weeks of live streams, but a lot of people, are joining the channel, are joining the Discord channel, especially the WhatsApp. The WhatsApp clone is blowing up right now. It's around 50K views. YouTube decided to push it, and from the analytics that I have, I see that you guys are really enjoying it, and not just opening it, but actually following it. Because if for our videos, for our live streams, a normal view duration, like average view duration, was 10 minutes, for WhatsApp clone, the average view duration now is actually 1 hour and 1 hour and 10, something like that, which is crazy when you think about as an average number, which means that a lot of people are actually following and trying to build it. I suspect that the WhatsApp clone blew up recently because of all the controversy of WhatsApp and privacy. So maybe people want to build their own application. I don't know. I'm thinking also to clone the Signal application. So if you're interested in that, let me know down below. Hamaza, hard to set up React Native in MacBook M1. Oh, that's actually an interesting question. I was looking at MacBooks, the new version of MacBooks, and I said like that's a good deal. I really wanted to switch my MacBook for M1, but I decided that probably it's too early, and having just a MacBook M1 as your main device is a bit risky when you depend on a lot of software. But yeah, I think that sooner or later, like in a couple of months, everything should be fine, and maybe even I will move to a M1. By the way, how is the performance? I heard that it's a really great improvement in terms of performance and battery life and everything. Tell me about software engineer. What do you want to know more? Anything specific? Bro, can you speak in Russian? Да, я могу говорить по-русски, but I'll continue speaking in English for the sake of everyone's ears. I don't think I speak English better than Russian, but I feel much more comfortable speaking English because, yeah, and I know Russian because I'm coming from a post-Soviet country. So in our country, most of the people know Russian, and most of the people like are supposed to know Russian, and whenever you make a mistake, like everyone is looking at you, oh, you did a mistake. But in English, I guess nobody cares that I make mistakes. As long as you understand what I try to say, that's good. So yeah. Nowadays I started learning Spanish because here in Spain, like people don't speak English a lot. Like I met like, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 guys speaking English. So it's pretty tough. It's pretty tough for us without English. So we are trying to understand each other, like at the shop or some markets, like through science, with hands and stuff like that. Like I know the 2 most important things that I need to know: 2 bocadillas, de pollo, which means 2 chicken sandwiches, and that's it. That's fine. You can survive with these 2 words. Hey Vadim, I'm a beginner in coding. Can you tell me what to do every day as an exercise? And I'm interested in backend. Well, yeah, it depends. Like, try to focus on something specific. Pick a language, pick a framework. It depends on your interest. I don't know. You can. It really depends on what you like and what you think you will be doing in future. And yeah, try to mess around with it. Like if you have already some knowledge about the technology that you're learning, then start working on a project. Think about some random project that excites you, and you will learn this language. You will not feel the burden of learning this language, because every time you will work on the project that you love, I don't know, maybe create a game if you're excited about games, create a mobile application, a web application. I don't know, if you like a sport, create a game application about that sport or something like that, something that will really excite you. And then you will just build that application out of curiosity, out of excitement. And during this time, you will learn the language. So basically, that's how I learned most of the languages. I just started working on projects that excite me. Now, actually, in the beginning, I was doing a lot of competitive programming. So that's also something that you might try. But after the competitive programming, I started thinking like, I think I'm ready to build something. And you shouldn't be like a master, you shouldn't be a pro to start building something. Like at whatever level you are, pick a project that corresponds to your level, something simple, I don't know, a calculator or something like that, and build it and try to publish it. And I know a friend of mine from university built a quite simple application in his spare time in a couple of weeks, just out of curiosity and just to practice Android programming. He published it on market, and now he's making money. He's making, I don't know, a couple of $100 per month, just from learning a technology. So I think that's the best way. Don't follow a lot of tutorials. Like follow tutorials just to get to know the technology or the language, just to understand what it is about and how to Google it. Like, because after that you will get into problems, you will know how to Google it, you'll solve the problems, you'll move to the next one, and so on. So yeah. When will you introduce us to Alexandra? Alexandra, people wants to see you. Tell me about a software engineer. What specifically do you want to know about software engineer? I can talk a lot about that. Whoa. Where are we? Okay, I see a lot of questions down below. Then we will move a bit faster. Hi, can you explain to set up AWS for like Netflix? Thanks. For Netflix? If you mean to set up AWS Amplify for a project, then there is a very good guide on their website. on yeah, just type get AWS Amplify getting started, and that's it. So I'm a bit lost. Cool coder, yeah, I think I responded to your question about the recognition a bit earlier, so I think it will be repetitive. Hey bro, what about the recognition? Yeah, I just explained it like 10 minutes ago when you first asked, so maybe after the live stream you can check it back. But yeah, shortly, it's about publishing all your work on social media and also growing your network by connecting with people from the industry through events, if it's possible, and when COVID will go away and we will be able to go to events, then yeah, join events, meet people, connect with them on LinkedIn, and then like grow your network. Watching from Kenya, hello Brian. Hi Vadim, hello. Please make a video on backend. Yeah, most of my clones include a backend. We are using AWS Amplify for the backend. Yeah, in future I'm thinking also to do something with the MERN stack, Mongo, Express, Node, and stuff like that. Yeah. Please make a simple contact business mail. Do you use only React, or there are other frameworks? For my startup, my day-to-day job, what I'm doing the most, I'm using React Native for our mobile application. I'm using React.js for our dashboard to manage all the users, all the videos, and stuff like that. For the backend, I'm using notjust, and we are building a GraphQL API. So yeah, also the database in our case is a MongoDB. Then a bit of serverless sprinkles on top, some Lambda functions and so on, but mostly it's not just backend. So do you know Flutter? No, I didn't try Flutter. I don't know. Just from looking at Flutter, it makes me sick. I don't like the syntax of Flutter, but I saw some cool results, cool projects that are quite easy to make. Especially, I saw that it's very easy to build animations in Flutter. So I think that I should stop being a hater of Flutter and try it one day. Who knows? We'll see. Hey Vadim, would you like to share video tutorial about React Native database? Yeah, check out all our clone builds. For example, Twitter or Instagram, what others contain a storage. So in most of this application, we integrated, first of all, API, database, and also storage to save photos, videos, files, and so on. So based on those tutorials, you can easily replicate it for your own use case. Best project about React Native for beginners. If you're a beginner, I would recommend to start with the Tesla clone on my channel, and I think the video is called like your first React Native project. That one is a very simple application, very simple clone. intended for beginners, and during it you will build the Tesla website as a mobile application, where you will be able to see all the Tesla cars, you'll be able to scroll through them and so on. So yeah, that's a really beginner friendly project. Are you going to be continuing the TikTok clone? With how much TikTok is exploding, I think it would be super cool to do more in depth with some more advanced features. I don't have that set in my calendar. I don't plan it in the short term because I have a lot of ideas and I want to try a lot of things to show you a lot of other cool projects, different projects, because yeah, it's much harder for a person to follow, I don't know, like 10 videos of 3 hours, like 30 hours of content of one single clone. So I'm trying to pick the projects, to pick different types of projects, and each one to be like, I don't know, 6 to 9 hours. So by following a couple of them, you will take the most important information and the knowledge of how to build some features. For example, if you want to build an application like with videos that are full screen, you can check out the how is it called? TikTok. If you want to build something with maps, something similar to Airbnb, you will check the Airbnb clone. If you want to build a real-time messaging application, you'll check the WhatsApp clone, and so on. So I'm trying to pick like one application from each category and showing you how to implement the most important features, and the other features. It's gonna be a lot of time, like to get in depth with for everything. So, hey, what are your tips for someone who is close to publishing their first Expo application? Good luck, go for it. Publish it sooner than you think that it's ready, because like 20% of the time you spend building 80% of application, and then the last part of application takes the most amount of time. So finishing and fixing all the bugs, polishing all the buttons, all the features, everything takes a lot amount of time. So yeah, try to take some shortcuts. Try to publish it as soon as possible. Then your users will help you deciding which direction to go. So try to focus only on the core of the application and leave out the necessary features and the features that are nice to have. And yeah, mostly focus on the feature that must be there, like the feature that define the application. So this way you can easier get to that point of publishing, getting user in, and this will motivate you even more when you see users, when you see real feedback. And also you'll get feedback and advice from the users, like what do they want, what do they like, and what do they dislike. So yeah, get to the market as soon as possible. Why use Amplify and not Firebase? Because yeah, this is a personal choice. I love AWS. I love AWS Amplify and what they're doing. They're still at the beginning of their the beginning stage, and I'm pretty sure that in a couple of years Amplify will be huge. They're growing very fast. So yeah, AWS is the biggest cloud provider. They own like, I don't know, more than 30% of the cloud, if I'm not mistaken. So you better be good at that, and because you can get a lot of clients, jobs, anything. I'm hosting my startup on AWS, and it's been great. Also the price, the service, the performance, everything is nice. I signed up work account, but I don't get a project. What I can do? Sign up work. Upwork account. Okay, yeah, it's pretty difficult to get projects on Upwork. I hear that from a lot of people, and I've been there. I know how it was, especially in the beginning when you don't have a lot of projects, you don't have a lot of reviews. Yeah, just keep applying for jobs. What can help? Try to apply to clients that are also new to Upwork. And that's actually how I got my biggest client that we worked for around 2 years. So he was also new to Upwork, because clients that have already been a lot of time on Upwork, they already have connections. They already have their preferred devs, so they post and they choose from their connections. But if they're also new, that can help you. What else? You can, I don't know, you can hack it a little bit and do some tricky parts. And I don't know, either ask a friend, or if you find a client outside Upwork, ask them to join Upwork and create the project on Upwork and then leave you a review, because it's much more harder to get a client when you don't have any projects under your belt, you don't have any reviews. So just one project can change a lot. Also, don't try to underbid, don't try to fight the price game, because you might win projects, but you will get into very bad relationships, because usually people that pay less, they treat you worse, they expect everything for free. Yeah, I remember when I started, I was doing some game development on Upwork, and my first client was a project that I've built in one night. I was still like first year at my college. Yeah, I was 16 or 17, something like that. So I built one project in one night. Then in the morning I went to school, and I got $400. And I thought that, man, like this is gold. Like, yeah, I am sad. I'm. And after that I was struggling to get more clients, so I was finding any clients that I could get, and usually those were like $5 or $10 clients. So the interesting thing is that I did mostly the same amount of work for $5 that I was doing for $400. And the thing is that people for $5 were leaving me bad reviews that, the code was not perfect, that time was not, wasn't fast enough or something like that. Are you crazy? Like, you're paying like $5 and you expect, like, I don't know, like Amazon grade like code and stuff like that. Like, yeah, it was a bit weird. So try not to get into this very, very low like paid project. Start at least like, I don't know, 500 for a small website, something like that, and apply to a lot of them. And okay, hello. So I'm gonna scroll a bit down. Okay, there's no, that's a lot of people. Okay, so let's get to some new questions and we can get back to ours. So in WhatsApp clone, you create a separate collection for messages. I think in future it will take time to fetch messages from the collection. Can you suggest me a better solution for it? As far as I know, that wasn't like a shortcut or anything. That's actually the best way to implement it, in my subjective opinion, of course. because the messages should be a separate collection, a separate table, and each message should be an item in that table. Because what are our options? Like to have a chat room collection, and in one chat room to put all the messages. That can work for, I don't know, 100, 200 messages in a chat room. But imagine if there will be 1 million messages in a chat room, then that item will be like huge. It will be like a couple of megabytes. So you will not be able to store it in the database. So that's why you need a separate collection for the messages. And no, it's not gonna take a lot of time. If you set them up properly, if you index your database properly, because that's what databases are built for, to get data fast. You just need to set them up properly. But other than that, like, it should be fine. React Native is awesome, man. People are getting crazy for it. Yeah, it is. What is your next tutorial? So our next video will be, we will continue the Uber clone. We were working on Uber, right? Yeah, we will continue the Uber clone because we did only the first video. We need to implement the backend. We need to implement a lot of features there because Uber is quite a complicated application. We work a lot with maps, we work with directions and so on. So that's going to be probably the next 2 weeks. Next week on Friday, you are welcome here. We will be working on the Uber clone. Then I planned after Uber, I planned something interesting. I will keep it a secret. So that's gonna be, I think, after 3 weeks, we're gonna have something huge. Just saying. And after that, I'm thinking to start working on either Signal app, which is similar to WhatsApp, but a better privacy, of course. Your messages are not read by Facebook. Or some food delivering app. A lot of people are requesting that. Any other suggestions are welcome in the comments. Okay. Right, a lot of text. I'll try not to miss anything. How to set up a development team? What are the most important roles? So this really depends on the project size and on your team size. In small startups and what we have right now, we don't split the developers into front-end developers and back-end developers. It's mostly full-stack developer, and I think that nowadays this is better, because especially when you have like a stack like JavaScript on front-end like React Native, React.js, and JavaScript on the back-end with notjust and stuff like that. So I think that now backend and frontend are much closer together than it was before, when the frontend was just HTML, CSS, and the backend was, I don't know, some kind of PHP or other technologies. A team of full stack developers, one project manager that will manage everything project related, will set up the priorities, like what feature should be done next and so on. And I think like when I worked at Amazon, they worked in so-called 2 pizza teams. And this is a team that can be fed with 2 pizzas. And usually that means like not more than 8 people. So I think that this is a very good way of working in small teams. So whenever you grow your startup, you just have a team, you replicate it, you hire a couple of new developers, and you create the exact team with the exact same roles. like 5 developers, 1 project manager, and a bunch of coffee, and let's go. And then like split the teams to work on different parts of application, not front and back end, but one team to work, I don't know, on the dashboard, one team to work on the user app, one team to work on a, I don't know, like management application, and so on. So I think that works best. How do you master React Native? You master it by using it every day, by building, by getting into problem solving them, and yeah, sooner or later you'll master it. Are you planning to add more complexity in existing project? It would be nice, I guess. I like that you are very ambitious, Manav. I remember you asked the same question on Discord. So I'm pretty interested to add complexity because this when the projects are more challenging, it's more interesting for me. But I still think that a lot of people that are following the tutorials are trying to get into the mobile development, React Native, and so on. So even these projects, in my opinion, are quite complex because they're integrating everything from the front end, back end, even like real-time chat applications and so on. So they're quite complex, and with this knowledge you can build real-life application. There are some aspects that are more edge case, more complex, but I think that they are needed in like very specific cases. So I think I might try to do some more complex projects, but I really like how these are going. So we'll see. I am flexible and open to suggestions. When you will graduate, bro, this year? I'm finishing the last quarter this Sunday, and on 8th February I'm starting my graduation project. And my graduation project will be a recommendation system in my startup at Fitinium. So right now I'm doing my minor, which is big data and big data technologies. So there we are learning about big data, we are learning about machine learning, AI, recommender systems. So I decided that this would be a really cool feature. So I will build a system that will, first of all, will find users and will recommend it to you. So when you use an application, I think this feature is very popular in a lot of applications, like Instagram, Facebook. When you scroll it, they recommend like, oh, maybe you know this person, like, would you like to connect with him? This is user recommendation. And there is also content recommendation. As an example, when you go to Amazon website, they recommend you things to buy. When you go to Netflix, they recommend you movies to watch. When you go to YouTube, they recommend you videos to watch. And I really hope it's my videos that they're recommending. So I will build this algorithm behind Fitinium, the application, my startup application, that will also recommend videos to people to watch. And if you don't know about Fitinium, in short, like it's a social media for strength athletes, for people that are going to gym, are doing calisthenics, powerlifting, and so on. So they're sharing their progress, they're sharing their PRs, like personal records. This algorithm will try to recommend videos for you to watch that most probably you will enjoy. For example, if you're a strength person that are, I don't know, like lifting cars and so on, you might not enjoy looking at someone doing calisthenics and doing 10 pull-ups. and this algorithm should somehow understand like which content to promote. Yeah, I think it's a pretty interesting project. I'm pretty excited. By the way, would you like to see some content about that? Maybe I can do some live stream coding, but yeah, I still have to research a lot. You didn't see my first message. Can you make app with React Native CLI with TypeScript? Well, React Native CLI and TypeScript, that will take a lot of time just to set everything up and configure everything. And I'm not sure that's very good for a live stream, but I can do a separate video on how to set up TypeScript in React Native and so on, because yeah, I really love TypeScript, but it takes a bit of time like to set everything up and then to set all the types and to keep track of everything. Oh, whoa, what's happening here? So I'm really lost with all the questions, guys. So I'm sorry if I didn't answer yours. Do you like machine learning? Yeah, I really love machine learning. It's quite challenging for me. It's something interesting and it's something new. A lot of things are still developing. A lot of things are still new in this field. Yeah, it makes you think a bit. It's not that easy. So yeah, I really like to dive deep and to see yeah, during this quarter what I've been doing with this related. So I coded a movie recommendation algorithm. I think I can show you. Where is it? I coded a movie recommendation algorithm that's something similar to, I don't know, what Netflix would be using or other services that you watch movies. So yeah, based on the movies that you already watched, it will recommend you other movies to watch. So yeah, that was a pretty interesting project, to be honest. Also did the most common task with machine learning, which is digit recognition. So yeah, initially I did it like with manually creating everything. What's happening here? And I had around 92% accuracy. And then I did it with deep learning with a deep neural network, and I had a 99% accuracy, something like that. So that's really nice. How do you manage your project and other stuff? How do I manage projects? If you're speaking about the project management tools, yeah, I'm using Trello to keep track of all the tasks. And yeah, we have this Trello collaboratively with all my team. We at Fitinium at startup, we are working in sprints. The sprint is 2 weeks long. Sorry. And yeah, we take some tasks in the sprint, then yeah, we keep track of everything in Trello. Lately, I also started using Notion, and it's really nice. And I'm doing this mostly for YouTube and for personal stuff of everything that I have to do. How do you stay productive? So that's an interesting question. Yeah. I don't think that I'm the most productive person in the world. I also sometimes spend the days doing nothing. But other than that, like I'm really working at things that excites me, and I really love what I'm doing with both YouTube and with Fitinium. And now I even have this problem like, oh, I want to work at Fitinium, or oh, I want to work at YouTube, but I have to do that. And it's really hard for me to split this desire to work at two projects, at both YouTube and Fitinium, and at the same time university. And when I have to do something boring stuff at the university, like doing some documentation, and I'm like, oh no, like why I'm spending like this, I'm wasting this time when I could be working at creating a video, or preparing a content, preparing something for you, or working at a startup at the project. And yeah, it's hard to manage. So so how to stay productive? I will try to get more organized. So I'd like to share with you what I prepared as my where is it? As my calendar for starting from February. So here how it looks. So I'll try to get up at 5 a.m. I'm not sure if I'll be able to keep up with that. That's gonna be a bit crazy. So from 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. I'm gonna do my morning routine. Then I want to be at 6 a.m. at the gym, train there until 7, then come home, do my post-workout routine, take a shower, eat, and stuff like that. And at 8, I would like to start already working. And I divided my day into 3 blocks of 3 hours. So the first one is from 8 a.m. to 11, when I have a meal. Then from 12 to 3, when I have a meal. And if I still have powers and I'm not sleepy, I would go from 4 p.m. to 7, when I have dinner and relax, and hopefully by 10 to be in bed. And also like 3 days I will dedicate to the startup, to Fitinium, and 3 days I will try to dedicate to YouTube. And Sundays are free. I hope to take some more time, some free time to explore this island that we are here, because it's a really nice island. I want to get into to start learning surfing. I did that previous summer when I was here for a couple of days, so I really loved it. I think I have to get back to it. So that's probably what Sundays I'll be doing. That's the plan for the next for February. Okay. Hey Vadim, big fan. Just wanted to know what's your recommended way for making a shopping cart Redux. Hook reducer, just hooks. Shopping cart Redux. Are you using Redux? I haven't used Redux in for the past couple of, I don't know. I used it only when I was learning React. So I don't remember like what's going on with Redux, because nowadays I mostly use I'm working with a GraphQL backend, and I'm using Apollo to communicate with a backend, and Apollo serves also as a global state management. So I'm using Apollo. I'm not saying that you should use Apollo. If Redux is working for you, go ahead. But I know that it's pretty complex, and it depends on the situation and your application. So, can you do an ocean tour, please? Can you do an ocean tour? Not sure. Let's see what I have there. What interesting can you see there? Regarding YouTube, okay, I think we can go with through my Notion. So here it is. Badum, my Notion page, YouTube. So first of all, I have a page for the processes that I'm doing for every videos. So when I'm preparing for a live stream, I'm compiling this asset bundle that you can download every time. I uploading it to ConvertKit, add the URL to the video description, and so on. I have also a post upload to add tags and so on. I have another page for the task list that I have to do. I'm getting help here from my manager, YouTube manager, and this is like mostly to add the chapters, because these are very important, and I think that it really helps you to navigate through the video, because videos are usually 3 or 4 hours long, and if they don't have chapters, you don't know like where you left or what I'm gonna build there. So let me know if you find the chapters useful, because we're spending some time to add them. I also have a very important task that I have to do is to add README files to my GitHub repositories, because right now there is no README file, but I didn't have time to add any. So I have to add a description of the project, how to run it, also different branches for different videos, different steps, and so on. So I think I'll do it in the next month. Hopefully I'll have more time. This is a to-do list, more long-term focused. I'm thinking of running a hackathon or a challenge where we will build an application. Everyone will join and will build their own application together in 2 or 3 days and stuff like that. Here are some content ideas. I have here for the videos, like deploying a React Native application to Google Store, React Native internationalization. That's a hard word. React Native icons, CI/CD. For the live builds, I'm thinking of developing Signal, and this is mostly things that you guys suggested me. So like food delivery, Discord, e-commerce, Netflix, Zoom, and so on. Resources, here are some resources that I need. Feedback and request. This is some feedback that I'm receiving for you, so I take notes of that so I can improve. Some links for our dummy data that we use in all our videos, so I don't have to search them everywhere. Mostly that's everything about YouTube. And other than that is mostly the private things. Some interesting ideas here in this folder, in crazy ideas. Body transformation. This is the plan for the next 90 days. Because I look now like a potato. So here is some all my diet, everything, like why I want to do that. All the theory about the diet, carbs. I read a book just to do everything here. Here I have meal plan for like per each hour. I spent like 1 day when I didn't have internet. I spent a whole day just managing everything and adding everything and counting that I get enough proteins and carbs and everything at the right amount of time and so on. So in the end, like that's gonna be my meal plan. And also, I did a meal plan for Alex. Would you like me to document the body transformation? Going from a potato to a potato that doesn't look that bad. So what else? That's probably it. So let's go back. Where is it? here. Hey, AM Guru, thank you very much for the donation. I really appreciate it, and it really helps a lot. How long does it take to build LinkedIn in React Native? I'm using Export for it. Wait, here it is. This my first project, and I'm in huge pressure from my company to finish it in March. Well, when you ask, whenever I'm asked like how long will take to build this project or how much it will cost and stuff like that, that's very, very subjective, because even someone asked me, you are building in live streams an application in a couple of hours. You should definitely be able to build a production ready application in a couple of days. And I said like, no, that's totally not true, because it really takes time when you start to get into different small features that might not be that obvious from the beginning. So it usually takes a lot of time. But it depends. Like if you're trying to do an MVP, a minimum viable product, where you just build the concept and you try to test it with users, that's definitely possible to build it in 2 weeks or 1 month maximum. I think in 2 weeks you can build a minimum viable product where, you will have some sign-in functionality. You can go with AWS Amplify, which have like these flows ready for you, and you will not care if you don't care about the design. That's even better, because you can use the custom designs, the designs that they provide for authentication flows. Then your users will be able to register, and you do some basic post design where users can either post text or post an image, for example. And that's easy. But when you think about how many things you can post on LinkedIn, you can post links and you should display the image of that link. You can post videos, you can post, GIFs, you can post multiple photos. And when you think about like these small features that initially doesn't seem like a lot, it takes a lot of time when actually implementing and building these small features. So usually as I said, 80% of the time, 20% of the time you build the 80% of application, and the rest 80% of the time you build the last part of application and polishing everything. So Artur is saying you managed to cram so much into just one life. You're startup CTO, student, boyfriend, you find time for sport, you cook, you have dogs, plus YouTube videos, any productivity, personal, organizational tips. Probably I'm not perfect at all of them. So I just really don't like wasting time. I remember recently, like a couple of weeks ago, I was in Moldova and I felt really tired, and whenever I'm not doing work, I feel how is it called, like ashamed or something like that, and like I cannot allow myself to not work or not do something productive. But that day I decided, okay, like I'm tired, let's just take some time and do nothing or enjoy doing something. And then I stayed like, okay, what to do now? Like what do people do when they do nothing? Said, okay, I'm gonna play a match of CSGO. I used to play it when I was in school. So I played one, I didn't enjoy it, like, yeah, and then I think I started watching some YouTube, but also like YouTube about some stuff that is that I can learn something from. Can you do machine learning tutorials Python, please? That's interesting topic. Actually, that's something that's really interesting to me. But I should think of how to integrate, because right now I'm still at the beginning of my YouTube career, and I want to try to be laser focused. As you saw, I'm not spread into a lot of technologies, and I'm not trying to do everything, even though I can and I know when I'm using a lot of technologies every day. But I said from the beginning that, okay, I'm gonna do one thing and I'm gonna do it good. So yeah, when I will feel that I reached some plateau, some level with React Native with these builds that I'm doing, then I definitely will branch into new content, like being it machine learning or other technologies, back and front end, everything. I'm really up to developing myself as a professional, sharing this information with you guys, and doing it here on YouTube. What are you studying and in which country? I'm studying software engineering in Netherlands. My connection went down just when you were close to my comment. Did you answer my question about AWS cost so I can watch it after live? I didn't answer your question about AWS cost. Let me try to find it. Doctor... Not sure if I can find it. Oh, what is the average cost of an AWS Amplify backend after posting an app with Mapbox or Google Maps API? I know it depends on how many people using the application, so I would ask what budget should we prepare? Yeah, that's true. Everything depends on how many users you have in the application. And well, I can say that regarding AWS, you will pay almost zero for a long period of time, because a lot of services on AWS have a free tier. So for example, Lambdas up to 1 million minutes or something like that, they are free, and then they start charging. Whatever, like DynamoDB up to that many gigabytes is free, so on and so forth. So most of the things that you'll be using will be free, and whenever you will cross, I don't know, I can't say a clear number, but let's say 1,000 or 10,000 users, then you'll start being charged, and still the charges are not that high. For example, I remember I was following, as an example, I can give you what we are paying. We have around 15,000 users registered, and our application is heavily on video, so we there is a lot of network traffic in our application to load these videos and to upload these videos. And we are paying around less than $100 per month. It was around 70. But still, most of the things that we are paying for are things that we are using servers. And in Amplify, you don't have any servers. Everything is serverless, so you pay only for minutes, and it's much cheaper. So yeah, that's shortly. And also, yeah, I remember AWS Cloud Guru or Cloud Guru, yeah, they're called. This is a website where I learned for the AWS certifications, and they had millions of users per month, not per day. And they said they are paying less than $500, and yeah, everything in their case was serverless, so that's like dirt cheap, really cheap. How many years of experience with React Native have you get before working remotely? I started working remotely, and then I learned React Native. I mean, like, I didn't know React Native when I started working at this startup, and by doing that, I learned React Native. So now I'm more or less good with it. I can't say that I'm a professional. And yeah, that's how I recommend everyone to learn any technologies. Start working at some project that you're excited about, and you will learn in no time like the technology that you're using. What is the university course that you're doing? Software engineering. Sir, I have done my course in Flutter. Do I need to learn React Native or can I work with Flutter? Well, you can do, yeah, we are in a free world. You can do whatever you want. And there is no good or bad decision. Flutter is not better than React Native. React Native is not worse, and so on. Like, pick something. If you already know Flutter, go with it. I highly encourage. Even if I'm not using, that doesn't mean that it's bad. So, what is your experience with React Native dealing with iOS and Android? Do you have to learn a lot about Swift or C# to finish the code? I have, for my startup, I wrote zero native code. Like, I didn't have to do any bridging, any like stuff like that. I know one of my friends, one of my previous co-founders, was working on something and he needed some custom functionality with Bluetooth, and then he needed to write some custom libraries, native libraries, and bridging them to React Native. But that's like very edge cases, so most of applications don't need it, and I never did it, so yeah. Machine learning versus web dev for you. What is your daily routine? My daily routine, yeah, I showed it in my calendar, but if you're speaking like what I'm doing, at the startup, I'm mostly doing backend architecture and a lot of time doing code reviews and helping the team, and yeah, merging everything, testing, making sure that it works, deploying, publishing, managing everything, prioritizing tasks, handling everything, and so on. How do you manage time? How do you manage time? Interesting question. Yeah, I don't know what to say, how to manage time. Hello, Vadim. Your videos are really good, man. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. Thanks. What do you suggest to non-coding background? What to AWS or coding? Non-coding background, but what is your goal? What do you want to achieve? Because if you have non-coding background and you are, I don't know, a business person, and if you want to build a project and stuff like that, I would look into the no-code solutions out there. There are a lot and they're growing fast, and they might put us out of work, but I doubt that. We better try. But for non-coding persons, the business person or marketing persons that want to build a project and test it with users, look into the no-code solutions such as Bubble. That's growing pretty fast. How do you stay up to date with the tech news? I'm not the best in terms of staying up to date with tech news. But usually I get the news from newsletters that I'm subscribed. Where else? Yeah, social media and stuff. Do you do investing like bitcoins and stocks? I do investing in stocks, but I don't do investing in bitcoins. So I'm trying to be quite yeah, not very risky. I'm not doing any day trading. I'm not for that because I don't have time to watch everything. I don't like the speculation going around the Bitcoin. That's my subjective opinion. So I just put all my money into the stocks, in the companies that I believe in long term. And I almost never sell. Like, I started investing like 3 or 4 years ago. And throughout the years, I sold like probably 2 or 3 times. Other than that, like I just bought and hold them long term. So the interesting story is that I bought Tesla at 199. That was before they split. When they went up to 700, I sold them because in a couple of months going from 190 or let's say 200 to 700, which is a 350% increase, which is crazy when you think about the average of the market, which is 8%. Like this amount of growth was a lot, and I decided to pull out the money. And yeah, I did a couple of $1,000 in a couple of months passively. And then Tesla now they're worth much more, like double or triple that amount. Do I regret it? Of course not, because at that time you don't know where it is going next. So I think that Tesla nowadays is a bit overrated because a lot of even your neighbor is investing in Tesla. So the same thing I did with during COVID, during pandemic in March, I bought a lot of stocks that had a big dip, such as cruise stocks. They lost, for example, a company was valued at 120, and in a couple of months they dropped to 27, and I bought at 27. This is I forgot the name. And then I sold them back when they were 80, so I made a good profit, but I still have them. I didn't sell everything. Other than that, I'm just holding. Where I was. Thank you so much for your sharing, Vadim. Love from Cambodia. Thank you very much for the support. Vitaly, привет. Привет, Vitaly. How can I get better at React and React Native? Practice, 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 practice. Build projects, and you will get better. Whoa. Do you drink coffee? A lot of it. Yeah, not a lot of it. I'm okay, like 2-3 cups per day maximum. I don't know how you can live without coffee. So, thank you for answering my question. You're welcome. Can you say something in Dutch? Actually, no. And I'm ashamed of that. I lived in Netherlands for 2 or 3 years, and I didn't learn anything. But yeah, it's a very complicated language for me. I just can't pronounce, can't say the names. And the funny story is that I was a teacher assistant, and I had Dutch classes. So my worst nightmare was to do the attendance, and where I had to read Dutch names, it was really tough. Like everyone was laughing, and I was like struggling to pronounce the names. And even like a simple name, like 4 letters, I couldn't pronounce. I don't know, like it's a bit tough. Something in Dutch. Alsjeblieft. I think that's what they told me at the shop when I was leaving. Not when I was leaving, when they gave me the change or something like this. Alsjeblieft. React Native deployed to App Store and Google Play. I'm planning that to do that this month. So thank you for the suggestion. It will be there. Good project blog. Please do this. Vadim, Fiverr clone would be great. Fiverr clone. Okay, that's interesting. I should write it down. I think that's your first one recommending that. What else? Is it possible for me to build an app like Azar or Monkey app using React Native, or should I use Kotlin or Java? I'm not sure what are these apps, Azar or Monkey app. So, but I can guess that you can do them in React Native because most of the things that you can do in Java or Kotlin, you can do in React Native, like 99% of the things. I'm 11 years old. What should I do? I'm thinking of learning machine learning with Python. I know Python, Flask, and React.js and Node.js Express. What is the best for me? Oh my God, congratulations. That's so awesome. Like 11 years old, come on. Knowing more technologies that I know nowadays probably. So yeah, that's really awesome. So just as I'm recommending for everyone, just keep building projects that you're excited about. I don't know if you have some hobbies, a game or something like that. Try to build a project around that. If you're getting into machine learning and let's say you're playing Dota, find a database of Dota players and do some machine learning analysis on I don't know, like on the data from Dota. There might be something like that, and yeah, publish a post on some websites where you baked your saying by data and say that, I don't know, if you play this player against that player, your chances of winning is like 70% because of the data, and if you play that one, you should pick this one, and so on. Like the things that you can do are limitless. Just try to do something that excites you, because whenever you do applications, that's boring and you lose track and you lose enthusiasm. So yeah, that's what I can recommend, and you have a lot of time to do it. That's great that you're doing this at this young age. I'm really proud of you. One of my clients is a graphic designer himself. Now he is matching every single pixel with his Figma designs. I was using Flex and tried various other things, but there is always 1-2 pixels up or down. Yeah, I don't know, that stuff, like it really depends if you need that kind of perfectionism. If something visually looks bad, maybe yes. If, I don't know, in a text box the text is 2 pixels down and it doesn't make any difference, does it make sense to be perfectionist? Are you building, I don't know, the next Google? Are you at that level to compete on that level? Is everything else okay? In these situations, I'm not that of a perfectionist. Because you can spend a lot of time adjusting 1-2 pixels. And I was so mad when I was doing freelancing, and probably that's why I'm not doing freelancing now. I remember there should be a photo, I saved it somewhere, because the commit message was, I moved the fucking button 2 pixels down or something like that, because the client was saying like, no, the button is not centered. And I literally moved it 1 pixel down. I sent it to him and now it's better. And I was so mad, like, this annoys me a bit. What are average earnings of an application? Whoa. This can start from 0, which is most of application, how much it will make, and it can go like above 6 figures. Like, it really depends on the business model of application. Like, if you're running ads, you need a lot of people to make a significant amount. If you have another model like a subscription-based application, then you need much less people. For example, there is this theory of 1,000 fans. So it can work even in an application. So if you have an application with 1,000 users and we pay you, do the math, Vadim. How much per month? Okay, if they pay you $10 per month, if they pay each user $10 per month, if your application subscription costs $10, Then from 1000 users you are making like 120,000 per year. Quick math. So that's a living. That's a good income, much higher than the average in the US and probably all other countries, just by having 1000 users that pay you $10 per month. So think about it. To have the same amount of revenue from advertisements, you have to have like millions of users per month to get there. Where I was. When will we build the second part of the Uber application? Next week. Join the next Friday, and we will continue the Uber. Yeah, I took 3 weeks vacation because of personal reasons, because of our relocation and so on. But next week we get back to Uber, and hopefully, in 2 videos probably we will implement the backend, and in another video we will implement some other more advanced features that we have there. How much can it take to build a social network like Twitter? Again, to build an MVP such as Twitter can be weeks. To build a Twitter application, as you see, it takes years. It's a never-ending project and a lot of people. So it really depends, like on how many features, because with all the major application, like what you see as a user is just the tip of the iceberg, and everything down below, like what you don't see, that's where the most of the effort and time is spent. So it can be huge. Is there a way to customize stylish the authentication process of AWS Amplify? I guess injecting CSS could be a solution. I don't know. And is there a way to adapt and splash screen for all the screens? Yes, it's possible to do custom authentication screens in Amplify. If you're doing it for the web, I think it's the solution is to inject CSS. But in React Native, you just build the screens yourself the way you want them to be. And you just call a simple function like auth.authenticate or something like this, sign in, sign up, whenever the user presses the button, and that's it. And I'm actually thinking to do this in a video shortly. Please do more React projects. Yes, I will. Just be ready. Be patient. Hi Vadim, this is Nitin. Hopefully I pronounce your name correctly. From India. Thanks for your tutorials. Thank you very much for subscribing. If I have 2 years of experience in React Native, then how much I can earn from doing job in well, it really depends on in which country you will apply. It doesn't depend only on years of experience. It depends on like actually how good you are and what problems you can solve and other skills that you need in a day-to-day job. I don't know. I think you can find the average salaries in different countries, especially where you are living on internet, so you can have a better overview. Because I don't know that I know like in the country that I was working, for example, at Amazon and stuff like that, but it depends from company to company, from country to country, and so on. Will I have to build my server architecture while building my social network and host it with my own resources? So it depends. There are a couple of options. You can build the servers architecture, the cloud servers and so on AWS, on Google Cloud, or Azure, or whatever solution there are. Or you can use some backend as a service solutions, such as AWS Amplify, that I really like, or Firebase. That's also a great solution. But it really depends on the scale, on the customization, flexibility that you need for the application. Should I use React Native or Flutter? Should you eat pasta or mashed potatoes? It really depends on your preference. I prefer React Native. That doesn't mean that you should use React Native. If you already know Flutter, go with Flutter. If you already know JavaScript, React, or React Native, then I'd highly suggest you to get into React Native. It's a great technology, and pair it with JavaScript backend such as notjust is just mwah. To build random video chat app, do I need React Native, Kotlin, especially if it's gonna have a lot of users? Most probably you will be able to do it in React Native. With these random video chat apps, the challenge is actually the backend, how you will handle all this traffic, all this real-time video streaming. There are some great solutions on AWS for real-time video streaming. You can check them out. I didn't try them myself. I just read the documentation. So yeah, because just displaying the video is not that complicated. You can do it in React Native in anything. The complicated stuff is the backend and the moving parts there. Okay, guys, so I think we are 1.5 hours in. I promised Alex not to be more than 1 hour, but there was some really nice questions. I really enjoyed chatting with you here. What's happening? Yeah. So it seems that, the thing that I wanted to test today is how is the setup, how is the sound, if you hear me well, if you see me well, the network connection and all that stuff. And it seems that it's ready to get started working at real projects. So be ready, because next week we start working at the Uber clone. We continue our Uber clone that we started previously. And more awesome projects will come in near future. Stay tuned. Subscribe to the channel if you didn't already. Join the Discord channel. Also join as a member on YouTube. Today I set them up. So if you'd like to support this channel, I set up the YouTube memberships. So near the subscribe button on my channel, you should see the join button. So if you become a member, I prepare for you some really cool perks. For example, if you become not just a senior developer, you will be able to join with me live and code with me along. It depends on your experience. I can give you the wheel and you can code, and I can show and I can talk about it, or you can come and ask questions on the live stream, and other cool features and cool perks that you can find there in the membership page. So if you'd like to support the channel, I would really appreciate it, and that would help me spend, and that will allow me to spend more time for YouTube and not having to go back to some companies, I'm not gonna say names, after I finish the university, because that's my goal to to be able to support myself from the things that I'm doing, the things that I'm enjoying, the things that I feel that are helpful for you, for the community, and so on. So thank you very much, guys, for joining this live stream. I hope it was helpful. It was really fun for me to chat with you. Yeah, stay hydrated, write clean code, and I'm out. And what else? That was one more thing. Yeah, take care. Bye bye. My name is Jeff.